Now, you may be wondering why we keep bringing you along to FA Vase games. Well, it's just because we keep progressing. Can we make it into the quarterfinals? Let's find out. Before we dive into this crucial fixture against North Leigh in the FA Vase, let's get you up to date with our usual bit of admin. So, since we last met, we have played Potton, where we drew 3-3 away from home. 2 goals from Smythe, a goal from Jamie Reid, and a late equaliser from Freddie Moriarty to share the points there. We played Baldock Town as well. We played them at home, and it was a very disappointing defeat as we lost to them 1-0. And then we played away at Kempston Rovers, and we found a bit of form again. We won 4-1, 2 goals from Ema, 1 from Owusu, 1 from Smythe, and a pretty good performance all round from the boys. We're going to play North Leigh today. We are then also going to play Haringey Borough. And as you can see, we haven't got a lot of games left in the league. There's only 11 fixtures left for us to play. Where we're currently sitting in the league, I want to say we're comfortable. We're comfortably in the playoffs at the moment. We are going to be playing Haringey Borough in the second game of this episode. We are 8 points behind them. I think the league title's gone now. I don't see Harlow Town slipping out. They've only lost 1 game all season. And if we look at the teams below us, Cockfosters, they do have a game in hand, but we'd still be 6 points clear of them. And we've got Arlesey Town as a little bit of a buffer as well. So I think we're going to be gearing up for playoffs unless something disastrous happens in the last couple of months of the season. Your Biggleswade United team to play North Leigh today. Hopkins in goal, a back four of Tarpey, Sheridan, Carney and Playford, the usual back four for us. Banks and Reid in the middle. We're bringing in Kevin Owusu out on the right wing for Carcel Hilton. He's played the last few games there and he's done okay. Carcel Hilton, he's done all right, but we just felt like Kevin Owusu, with some of his performances off the bench, deserved a bit of a shout, and he hasn't really let us down. So he's going to start on the right. Luero is going to start on the left, and of course it's the usual two of Smythe and Ema up front. Smythe is now on 21 goals and the 4 assists, while Ema is on 14 goals and 12 assists. So loads of goal involvements between the two of them. They are undroppable. On the bench we have Bedford, Whittle, Hilton, Berwick, and we have Josh Wynn, and that's pretty much all really that we have senior wise. Remember, all these players that we have not in the squad are all youth players for us. So we are playing North Leigh today. They are another Step 5 side, and this is a competition that, as I've said before, we want to win ideally. We're only 3 wins away from a day out at Wembley. We've got a really good chance. There are a lot of other Spartan sides that are out there in the competition still, so we might try and keep an eye on those scores as we go. But here we go. This is the big one for us. Got an early highlight here. And it's just patient build-up play. That's become a bit of a feature of how we play. Ball forward from Owusu. Ema heads it on. Smythe keeps it in play. Very well played by Smythe. And there's Jerry Luero. And the ball ricochets around. It was Smythe in the end that put it over. But a decent start, to be fair to the lads. I was just saying about that kind of patient build-up play. That's kind of become a bit of a staple. We like to work the ball in midfield, then find the man out wide and get across into the box. Jerry Luero, I should say, heads just over. It's been a really good start from us. Luero is absolutely on fire on the left. Hopkins plays out wide to Tarpey, who has really settled in really well at right back. That was a problem position for us for most of the season. Owusu up to Ema, swings into the box. Liam Smythe. Great header. 1-0 Biggleswade United. And just as I was saying how well Tarpey settled in the right-hand side, he set up an attack there. And who was there to finish it off in the middle? No one other than Liam Smythe, who in real life is taller than 5'3", but he's only 5'3" on the game, and he scored quite a few headers, hasn't he? We've restricted him to 1 shot, 1 on target. They've had a little bit more of the ball than us, but it doesn't matter. I've said it before, it doesn't matter at this level. As long as we are winning games, I don't care about possession. We're converting chances into goals. The front four are playing really, really well again today. Like to see a bit more from Owusu, but we've got Hilton, we've got Berwick on the bench. that we could maybe bring in to try and influence it if needed. As we approach half time here, we'll try and have a little look at some of the other scores at some point. Here we go, latest scores. Where are the other sides? Harlow Town are 3-1 up against Fleet. Kings Langley are 1-0 up against Saints Blazy, and Walsey Town, local rivals, are 1-0 down at Studley. So as it stands, there could be 1, 2, and us is 3 Spartan teams in the hat for the next round, which is very, very exciting. We're going to tell them not to get complacent, I think. Don't let the performance drop. Don't let that happen. I'm pretty happy with how that first half's gone, if I'm honest. Owusu's performance has definitely picked up out on the right-hand wing, and the goalkeeper's come a long, long way and does a good job. I was a bit worried about how far off his line he was there, but he dealt with it coolly and calmly. Here's Playford on the left. He's travelled a long way as well. Pulls it back to Banks. We like seeing Banks in these areas, and it's a good save by the goalkeeper. Kind of expected Banks to maybe do more there. Could have cut it back to Smythe, who I'm sure Smythe will let him know exactly how he feels about that one. We haven't really seen much from Northley, but they do have a throw here. Is it going to come to anything? It's a deep ball into the box. Hopkins gathers the ball well and goes long himself. So after this match, it goes back to league action. We're going to play a game offline, and then we're going to bring you back for Haringey, who are second in the league. I don't think we're going to win the title, but playoffs is definitely on the cards, and Eamon nearly makes it 2 there. We've got a corner on the hour mark. Liam Banks swings it into the box, and Newman Carney, another one of the OGs, makes it 2. Oh, he'll enjoy that one. He likes a goal on a big occasion. Scored in a cup final in real life for United last season from inside his own half as well. So I'm sure he'll enjoy that one. It's a great header, great corner, great header. And Carney's on a yellow card again. He loves the yellow card, this lad. Time is ticking on, and we are going to make the sub that we spoke about earlier. And it is going to be Carcel Hilton coming onto the right for Owusu. Just I bigged him up. He put in a bit of a subpar performance by his recent standards. Jamie Reid is going to be coming up, and we are going to get Berwick on as well. And that leaves us with Whittle and Wynn to bring off the bench. Whittle can kind of play either right back or centre back, and Wynn as a striker. I don't feel like we need to make those changes right away. So we're going to leave it like that and get on with this game. So I believe if we get into the quarterfinals, this will be the furthest that the club has got in this competition. When I was actually at the club in real life, I was involved in a very, very good cup run where I think we got to the 4th round, maybe I think it was the 5th round before being knocked out. So this is the round that we're in currently. And Smythe nearly made it free and sealed it for us, but it was a good save by the goalkeeper. So yeah, this is exciting times for the club. Very, very happy to be progressing into this tournament. We've got a limited amount of time to win it, as we are in the highest tier that you can be to play in this tournament. If we get promoted, we won't be in this again, and we want to win it. We want to win the FA Vase. Here's Hilton. Swings it into the box. Luero is there. Luero makes it 3, and I think that's us in the quarterfinals of the FA Vase. A funky celebration there from Jerry Luero. Let's have a look at this again. Carcel Hilton swings it in, and Luero's just so collected on the ball. Brings it down on his thigh, and it's a good finish. A lot of players would have snapped at that first chance, but not Luero. 3-0 Biggleswade United. We're going to do our usual whenever we're in this position in a game and we just want to snuff it out. We're going to bring the wingers back. We're going to bring the 2 central midfielders back. And of course, we're going to drop down 2 defensive. 15 minutes to go, maybe a bit early. We've scored again. How have we missed that? Smythe has scored whilst we was making those changes. Maybe we don't need to go defensive. Maybe attack is the best form of defence. But we're going to proceed with it just to make sure. Let's have a look at this. Oh, it's a poor back pass. Smythe latches onto it. He's still got a lot of work to do from here. Oh, it's a good finish into the bottom corner. Liam Smythe. The boy knows where the net is in real life and in game. 4-0 Biggleswade United. And we've gone defensive now. So let's just run this clock down. Straight away, we're into another highlight. Hopkins plays it out to Carney. one of our goal scorers today, and that's a long ball down the pitch. He finds Liam Smythe. What can Smythe do here? There's no one busting a gut to get into the box. He finds Ema with a late run into the box. I thought Smythe was going to go on his own. This is turning into a rout. This is turning into a rout. This is another step 5 side, remember. And Clarence Ema gets in on the act and makes it 5. So we're going to make the final of our substitutions. Zach Whittle's going to come on at right back. We're going to drop Ema into midfield for Liam Banks. That's a move we've done a few times. And we're going to bring on Josh Wynn. See if we can get him on the score sheet. And I think, actually, we might need to just readdress that. What have we got going on here? So it's Ema. So in possession, we need to swap around Ema and Wynn. So that out of possession, we're all good. There we go. Last few big minutes here. I think the game's done. I'll be very, very surprised if this game's going to penalties now. But you never know. You never know on Football Manager. You never know with Biggers Wage United. Here is a highlight. Surely, if anything comes from this, it's just going to be a consolation. Goalkeeper throws it out. They played for our midfield pretty simply. Striker goes through. I just need to shut my mouth, don't I? I just need to stop talking. Because they have pulled one back. Surely this game's out of sight. No mind like the ref's going to add on about 8 minutes here. They played for us pretty simply there. Hopkins rooted to the spot one-on-one with the striker, and is a fairly simple finish and a simple goal really when you look at the build-up. Surely 3 minutes of added time, we're done. We are done here, lads. This would be the miracle of all miracles if North League get a comeback here. 4 goals in 3 minutes. I don't see it happening. Clarence Ema just makes it 6 casually. What a finish. What a finish. 2 goals for him today now. Hilton heads it back. They clear only as far as Berwick. Lays it off to Hilton, who just, look at that for a finish. Just strokes the ball past the goalkeeper from outside the box. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And that is time. A 6-1 win in the 5th round. And that is the biggest win that we've had in this competition so far. So we are through. Harlow are also through. St. Blasey came back. It was 1-0 at half-time to Kings Langley. They've come back and made it 2-1. And Alsey have come back. They were 1-0 down against Studley, and they have made it 2-1. So there's 3 Spartan sides in the quarterfinals of the FA Vase. This is very exciting. Let's see who we get in the next round. Okay, so that draw has been made, and as you can see, we are playing away from home to Newcastle University on Saturday, the 28th of February. So Cirencester Town got St. Blasey, Harlow got Easington, Hythe are going to be playing at home to Alsey, and we are playing Newcastle University. So what do we know about them? Well, they are actually a Step 6 side. So they are playing in the Northern League Division 2. They're 1 step below us in the non-league pyramid, and they're kind of having a bit of an okay season. They're currently 13th in the league. As far as draws go in the quarter-final, I mean, the one team we didn't want to get was Harlow, and the one team that we probably would want to get was the Step 6 side, and we have got that. So I can only be fairly happy with that, but obviously football's football, cup games are cup games, and anything could happen really. In the meantime, we are going to go off and we are going to go and play against Wormley Rovers, and then we're going to bring you back for the Haringey Borough game. So the Wormley game is done and dusted, as you can see. A comprehensive 5-2 win. Started with a goal from Jamie Reid to bring it back to 1-1 after they went ahead on the 12th minute. Rob Sheridan scored an own goal just before half time to make it 2-1 to Wembley. But from that point onwards, that second half was all Biggleswade United. Jerry Luero, Smythe getting 2 goals, one of them being a pen and then an own goal from Vinales. Made it 5-2. And that one away fan from Wormley Rovers went away very unhappy, let me tell you. Next up is the big one for us in the league, and that is going to be Haringey Borough. We do have a game against Biggleswade Reserves. That is Biggleswade FC Reserves. That's a midweek one. I said back in episode 1 we need to make some money, and that's how we've kind of been doing it every now and then, just throwing in friendlies against local sides. That just brings in a few £100 here and there. But we're going to go and play Haringey Borough next. So the team to play against Haringey Borough: Hopkins in goal, Berwick, Sheridan, Carney, Playford at the back, Reed and Banks in midfield, Vawusu, Luera out wide, Ema and Smythe up front. The team's kind of picking itself at the moment. I'm not going to lie, it's kind of picking itself. One change from the last game, and that is Sam Berwick in at right back, just because we wanted to give him a bit of game time. He's one of those that we've signed up for another season, so it makes sense to try and play him. We have had a bit of interest in some of our players. We've just turned down a couple of bids each for Jamie Reed and for Rob Sheridan, and also Carcel Hilton had a bit of interest in him, but we're not interested in selling any players right now. We want to try and keep this core together as we're having a good season. We want to try and get through the Vase. We want to try and get to the playoffs also. So I think it's important that we just keep the core of the team together, really. Haringey Borough are currently second in the league, whilst we are in fourth or fifth, I think. We have actually closed the gap with Harlow Town to 14 points from 16, where we were at the start of the video. It's going to be a very tall ask for us to get into that top spot, but Haringey Borough are the closest to Harlow in terms of challenging for that title now. As you can see there, they're only 3 points off them. We are in fourth and we're 14 off them. So I'm saying it's a big game. Every game's going to be a big game now until the end of the season, just to make sure we can stay in the playoff places. I don't think we're going to get anywhere near Harlow, but if we do, we have to start with wins like today. Let's see how we get on. Alsey and Cockfosters are the two teams below us that are kind of closest to challenging us for our spot in the playoffs. So we'll keep an eye on how they get on over the course of this last 9 games of the league campaign. It's been a fairly slow start to this game from both sides. Only one shot, as we just saw there in that highlight, and it was off target. Alsey are actually playing Cockfosters at the moment, so that's a very big game in their season for both sides. Here's Liam Banks out on the right-hand side with the free kick, swings it into the box, headed away, and the Haringey player Sayoud has just picked up that ball and travelled pretty much from the edge of his own box, just ran straight through the heart of our defence. No one got near him, and luckily the ball went wide from the finish. Despite us being a fair way off of Harlow Town, we are just keeping an eye on their results, and they've just gone 2-0 up against Tring. They're really not dropping many points. They're still in the FA Vase with us, which means that they've only actually lost 1 league game and 1 FA Cup game all season. So, I mean, worthy winners of the league if they go ahead. Haringey have been matching them all season, and we're kind of matching them in this first half. They've had a lot more shots than we have, but up until this point now, just before half time, we're keeping a clean sheet, which I'm fairly happy with. I'm just wondering how this highlight is going to end up. We know Sheridan's not the quickest, and he has just been outpaced by their striker. Playford gets an important, oh dearie me, gets an important head onto the ball there. And it fell to their midfielder, who on the volley has clipped the top of the crossbar. We've made it through to half time. Okay, that's a positive. We made it through to half time. Potton must be doing well. Oh no, they're losing to Aylesbury. So Potton must have overtaken Cockfosters in the last game. So now, I mean, that's a fairly substantial gap between us and Potton at the moment as it stands. An extra 2 points on the board would be extremely important for us, and just closes the gap on Risborough as well. Yeah, we're going to tell them that we want to step it up a bit. Shooting's not been good enough, and we'll go again for this second half. Berwick's having a bit of a mare at right back here, isn't he? So we are going to make a change just before the hour mark, which is when I normally make my subs. And we are going to bring on Joseph Tarpey. I don't know why we went with Berwick. You should never really change a winning side, should you? But we're going to do that. We're going to demand more as well, as shouts are back in FM26, and we love a shout, don't we? Demand more. Before we had the shouts, it just felt like I didn't have any control of what was happening on the pitch, really. We got the shouts back, and I can demand more as much as I want. Will I get any more? I don't know. Banks heads it just wide from an Owusu cross. I think we're going to have to make some changes in the attacking department here. We're going to bring off Ema for super sub Josh Wynn, and we're going to bring on Carcel Hilton, I think, for Owusu. Maybe we bring Reed off as well. Maybe we bring Reed off as well and go for Zach Whittle and move Tarpey into midfield. Yes, that's what we're going to do. We asked for better shooting at half time. I don't think we've seen another shot in the second half, which is quite worrying. Scores around the ground. Harlow is still winning. That's got to be theirs to lose. Risborough are beating Wormley. Risborough obviously just above us in the league. I think we're going to settle on being in the playoffs, really. But will we have any sort of say on this title race by getting something here against Haringey? That's a long ball forward. Here's Hilton. The sub, fresh legs, drives forward. Ball into the box, comes to nothing. I must say, this has been a kind of a frustrating performance. We haven't been at our usual sort of flowing football selves. But can we get something here? Zach Whittle, the right back, taking the throw. 1-2 with Tarpey. Whittle's ball into the box. There's Josh Wynn. He always does it. He comes off the bench and he scores big goals. Josh Wynn, and this is what this Biggleswade United side's all about. Work the ball into a wide area, get it into the box, and you've got two strikers and a midfielder making forward runs to try and get on the end of it. And that's a perfect example of what we're trying to do here. And it's worked against the odds. We've only had 2 shots on target and one of them's gone in. Here's Carcel Hilton. Before I can even make that change to go defensive, it's a ball into the box again. Are Haringey going to counter us though? Have we celebrated too early? No. Hopkins, who has been a fantastic signing for us. Hopefully I haven't just jinxed it and he's not gonna have a howler now. But Hopkins holds on to it. And out of possession. We're going to do our usual. We're going to go defensive. We're going to try and see this out. 5 minutes on the clock. That's all it is. That's all we've got to hold on for a big 3 points really for us. Because Haringey, by the looks of it, are going to be in the playoffs. Because Harlow Town just don't look like easing up. They've matched them almost blow for blow. And if we can get a good result here against them, that probably bodes quite well for any playoff tie we may have. Spoke too soon, maybe? No, Hopkins is there. Why have I got to worry? I don't have to worry. A couple more minutes. That's all we've got to see out. They have absolutely peppered us, by the way. They've absolutely battered us. 20 shots, 13 on target. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Super Josh Wynn comes off the bench, wins us this game of football. Harlow Town did go and win, which sees them 6 points clear of Haringey after this round of results. We're 2 points behind Risborough. Olsey are 4 points behind us. We're 7 clear of Potter now. Is that 7? No, that's 9, isn't it? Can't even count. So, yeah, we're doing okay. We are doing all right. And I think we're going to tell the players that we're happy. Didn't play as well, but we're happy with the result. There we go. Right then, so I think The next game we're going to bring to you in the next episode is going to be that Newcastle University game in the quarterfinals of the Vase. Massive game, absolutely huge. And then I'm not going to commit to the second game of the next episode until we see what happens in that quarterfinals. It could be another FA Vase extravaganza when you bring your quarterfinals and hopefully semis. We might get knocked out against Newcastle and end up picking one of these games to bring you. And then hopefully we can continue this form that we've seen so far in February. Lots of green there, which we like, throughout the rest of the season and get ourselves into a playoff spot. As always, thank you very much for watching Up the Commoners. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have liked this episode, please do give us a like, leave us a comment, subscribe, and of course, follow the club in real life. Biggleswade United. The socials are on screen now. Until the next time, take care.